If you read as much news as I do on a daily basis, you might think that the world is a bit of a volatile place right now. So we've got Brexit that's around the corner, we've got austerity, growing homelessness, obesity problem, and an NHS in crisis. And many of you in this room might feel that there's very little that you and I can actually do about that. We think about what we can do. There's a picture of a homeless man that's actually taken in Lincoln. And the thing is that we do our bit where we can. We donate money to charity and we take part in events to raise money for charity. And we look to our leaders, the people in power, our politicians, to try and bring about change and to solve some of those issues. But what is it that's really happening? Are we actually creating a change? So the UK donated quite a lot of money to charity in the last year, so you and I are doing that, and we do our bit, as I said, when we can. And we look to the charities to solve some of these issues. That's me, running when I absolutely hate running, crawling through mud pits, and there's me with my friends getting paint drenched all over us, all in the name of charity. And this is the woman that I sponsored for 2 years, and she now runs a business in the Republic of Congo. How many here have actually taken part in events similar to that? So who here has raised money for charity? Done a 5K? Anyone here run a marathon at all? Has anyone swum the Channel? I really want to meet someone who swam the Channel. Not today, okay. Okay, raise your hands if you've donated to money in the last 3 months or you've bought something from a charity shop. That's fantastic. We really are doing our bit, and we're actually a very, very generous nation. But my question is what I'm doing and what you're doing enough? Are we really creating the change that we really see in the world today? We've still got issues like this. And in some cases, some of the issues are getting worse. And we even have issues like this. And I have to ask myself the question, why? Why is this happening? Well, when we look at the picture, it becomes quite clear. The people that we look to create change and to bring about that change, charities and governments, they simply don't have enough resources. And the people that do have the resources, they're not doing enough. They're not doing enough. Some are doing some good things, which is great, but overall, these people are not doing enough. So what can you and I do to bring about change and to create change in the world today? Well, first of all, every person in this room matters. Everything that you do matters. And if you are somebody in the audience who's seeking a purpose in life, wants to feel a bit happier, wants to feel more satisfied, then people that do good and kind things generally do feel more satisfied with their life. So I'm going to give you 4 ways that you can matter more. And the first one starts with heart. I want you to think about what it is that you care about. What are you passionate about? What do you want to change? Does anyone recognise any of these faces? These are not millionaires or celebrities. These are ordinary people who, through tragedy, injustice, conscience, circumstance, or actually just really simply give a damn about something, have made something happen and changed something for better. After a long campaign led by Liz Longhurst, the possession of violent and extreme pornography, such as images like rape and torture, is now banned in the UK. Liz fought really long and hard for this to happen after the murder of her daughter by a man who viewed thousands of these images before she was killed. A face I'm sure many of you here would recognise. A few nods in the audience. Sarah Payne. She campaigned for years to allow parents the right to know if a convicted paedophile is living in their communities. Despite the pain of these 2 women, they brought about change that has made the world a better place for all of us here today. Maybe less well known, Lucy Ann Holmes. She campaigned for no more page 3. Thank God for that. And Ethan Spilby, who recently won a very long campaign to allow men who have sex with men to give blood. These are very ordinary people who've done extraordinary things and made things happen. So my question to you is, what do you want to change? And what can you do to create change? The second way that you can matter is head. Everybody in this room has a brain. You have skills, you have talent. And the way that you can matter is to use those skills and that talent and that knowledge for good. Like the hairdresser who cuts hair for the homeless and transforms their lives. Or the woman who gives weekly English language lessons to refugees. Or maybe the man from the Isle of Wight who teaches kids to skateboard. Or as he puts it, teaches them to face their fears and to have fun and to face those fears head on. The third way that you can matter is time. And I'm sure there are many people within this audience who will just say, I don't have the time, but actually you do. If you are lucky to live to the grand old age of 81, which is the UK life expectancy, then you have over 42 million minutes to matter. It's not that you don't have the time, you're just making a conscious choice to spend it doing something else. And you have to ask yourself, is what I'm doing matter? And lastly, the fourth way that you can matter can actually be found in your pockets and your purse. So I want everyone here to go into their pockets or their bag right now and pull out the cash that you have here with you today. I'm not going to ask you to give it. You're going to walk out of here with exactly the same amount of money as when you walked in. Get some of that cash out now. And at the same time, I want you to think about your bank balance. Is everyone thinking about that bank balance? That number that's in their head? Yeah? We've all got that number? Yeah? Fantastic. I'm not going to ask you to donate that money. I'm just asking you to think about how you spend it. And this is really, really powerful. If we think about all the products that we buy on a daily basis, and if we really want businesses to start using some of their resources for good, then we need to start buying products and services that impact us positively on our lives. We need to start asking questions. Where has my food come from? Was any animals harmed in the making of this product? How do the bosses treat their staff? These are all important questions that we need to start asking each other. And this is what's really powerful for us. We as consumers have quite a lot of power, and how we spend this really does matter. And if anyone's unsure about how they could spend some of this money, then the Good Shopping Guide has hundreds and hundreds of brands and products on there that give an ethical rating out of 100 on how these businesses and brands rate on things like the environment and workers' rights. And it's definitely worth going to have a look at this website. Many of you here will spend a large chunk of their monthly salary in a supermarket, one of these that are on the board here, but some are better than others. And we can start voting with our feet. In fact, ethical spending is increasing. And actually what's happening because of that is businesses are now responding. If we start spending positively, the market is going to be forced to respond and will start making products and services that do impact us positively. And then we can start to see those businesses using their resources to bring about change. The title of my talk was Do You Matter? Of course, every single person here in this room matters. But my question is, could you matter more? Use your head, your heart, your cash, and just some of your time, and just see what kind of difference you can make in the world. Thank you.